and welcome to PBM Investments Daily Podcast. We're going to go through a bit of details about the news of last week and also yesterday, as well as going through the ups and downs of the PBM Investments Fund demo account as well. But first, the news. SoftBank has actually posted a 46 billion annual net profit. That's mainly because of its vision fund, and it's actually a record for a Japanese company as well. $46 billion or yen over the course of the year. Pretty amazing. US inflation has actually gone up, and that has actually contributed, or fears of US inflation has gone up, and that has actually contributed to it being across the world indices the worst week since February of this year. So all the indices, all the stock markets have actually seen a decrease in their value, and that's because of US inflation fears. Alibaba has actually had a massive swing from being in its profit to performing or announcing its first quarterly loss. That first quarterly loss is of 65.5 billion renminbi, which equates to around $856 million in a loss. And that is, again, because of the last 6 years, it actually that it's been on the US listing. It's the first time that the company has reported a quarterly loss. That could be because of the various Chinese crackdowns or Chinese authority crackdowns on Alibaba and its founder and owner. On Wednesday, another interesting bit of news, Elon Musk, the Tesla founder, actually said that any people who are looking to buy or purchase any of its products, from Tesla cars to Solar Cities, solar panels, will not be able to purchase them using cryptocurrencies. This is on the back of a few months ago, if you remember in the last video, me stating that Elon Musk said that he's producing or putting, I think it was about 156 or $156 million worth, or purchasing $1 million worth of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin to be specific. And now, fast forward a few months later, he's now saying that he will not utilize it or not allow people to purchase products using them, which is kind of interesting. As such, over the next 24 hours, Bitcoin went down 6%. So there was obviously a steep rise on the news of Elon Musk making those purchases, and now there's a steep decrease because of this as well. Now, we're moving on to the news of the US and what has been going on in accordance to the PBM index. Here we go. In the US, Seagate Technology was up 8.47%. Nordstrom was up 7.69%. Carnival was up 6.93%. Norwegian Cruise Liner was also up 6.88%. And Royal Caribbean, should I say, was up 6.44%. Now, we're going to go into a bit more detail about the demo fund and the actual things that have been going quite well. So, hello and welcome now. We're here at the demo spread betting account here for PBM Investments. So let's go through this last 7 days, should I say, of what's been going on. So, it's been quite interesting. As you've seen earlier on, I'll go straight to it. Pretty sure actually had a loss. So this was one of the ones which I said to you before, I think off the top of my head, was a quarterly review. So we did the quarterly review of the companies that dropped out of the FTSE 100 or the 250, and this one closed at a loss of 2,500, which is not good. Let's have a look at the rest of it. Next page. See if anything else dropped out or stopped. Everything else in terms of the positions, as you can see, are just positions that you pay a certain amount to keep the positions open. And that is what's been happening over the last few days. I'm just going to the third page now, just to see if there's anything else that has dropped out. Nothing else. So it was just a 2,500, which is still significant. But let's have a look. Still got a running profit of 3,492. So if you remember last week, I think it was just shy of 10,000. So it's gone down 6,600, call it. Let's find out why. Hello, and here we are. We're at the positions that are open currently, and as you can see, it used to be 20 last week, and now it's 19. So let's have a quick look at what's going on. As I said before, the one that got cancelled was the part of the quarterly review. So these are the three that are left, the £10 ones, Morrison's, Penn Group, and Weir Group. So they're still in a profit. Obviously, there's a stop in place, but obviously, generally speaking, meant to hold these for 3 months. So we're still in profit. Just had a bad week, which can sometimes happen. So look down for all the others. Slightly got profits have gone down lower, but there's not many, to be fair to you, that are all in a negative, return. So for Imprint Group, Royal Mail, Ultra Electronics, and Money Supermarket are the only four that are not doing so well at the moment. So let's look into a bit more detail as to what happened with the closed position. As I said before earlier, there was a few problems with the US fears over rise in inflation. Now, the rise of inflation can affect quite a lot of things, and obviously, if that's the case, there can be a huge sell-off because people are just trying to scramble their money and re-divert it into other things that are more inflation-proof. But again, these things happen. That's why it's always good to have quite a robust portfolio to withstand that. But let's look into a bit more details to the reasons why that particular, or what happened with that particular stock. Why did it actually hit the stop loss? Maybe I made a mistake by putting the stop loss too close to the closing final price. Let's find out. Hello, and so what you're going to do is end today's little video on analysing what happened to Renshaw PLC. As I said to you before earlier on in the earlier video, it went down and we made a loss of about 2,500, so it stopped out. As I said, the reason why we had it in before in the first place is because it was part of the companies that left the FTSE 100 or FTSE 250. So let's have a quick look. So on the Friday, like the week before, it was up slightly. And then on the Monday, the 10th, went down. And it went down below its, well, at some point it was below its candle, the wick of the candle. Apologies for the sound. And then it went further down on the Wednesday. So that stopped me out. And then there was a bit of indecision here with this candlestick actual formation here on Thursday, the 13th of May, which means there's some sort of indecision. So if you can see, it went down as far as 5266, but rallied a little bit and went back up at around 5414. And then on the Friday, it was up slightly. What could have happened? Well, let's find out. You can actually go into the news. An analysis at the bottom, and it'll open up key news, and it can hopefully tell us some information about what might have happened on Tuesday. So let's look at the latest one. So BuzzFeed News. As you can see, Renshaw shares sink on reports company received limited interest. The bottom of the FTSE 100, with traders attributing the slump to a media report that received a limited number of bidders because of the price tag. Shares in the British engineering firm are back on track for their worst day in 10 weeks. So that might be one of the reasons why. So I'm guessing they're looking to sell, and there's been little to no action on that, and that has coincided with it having some of the worst days. I mean, if you see here, shares fell 6.4%. Sometimes news like this happens, whereby even if you are in a good position or you think to yourself, oh, well, it could well work, it sometimes goes the opposite way. And you got to understand, the FTSE 100 companies and 250 companies that drop out of those particular indexes aren't doing fantastically well, hence the reason why they're dropping out. Sometimes because of the fact that they're heavily weighted, so that a lot of fund managers releasing them or getting rid of them, they can obviously rebound quite quickly. But this one started out quite well. I mean, we caught it in, I think it was end of March, so it started out quite well. It was around here, end of March. Yeah, around here. Well, we got it around here. So it started off quite well, chugging along, and then all of a sudden just fell off a cliff, which can sometimes happen once you're doing these quarterly review strategies. But anyway, that's it for this week. Thank you very much, obviously, for listening to the video. If you obviously like it, please like the video. If you want to subscribe to the channel to find out more, please do so. And also the socials with PBM and Investments. So PBM Investments. And we'll be doing another one probably next week, going into a bit more detail about some new shares and stocks to look out for, and obviously to progress and see if we can get the profit a little bit more than the 3,600, or will it go back a bit lower? We'll soon find out. Until next time, take care and happy investing. Have a good day.